is. I knew it was coming. Got it.
Got it.
And got it.
Yay.
All right. Do you
Can
got
you switch your camera?
I think they got it.
All right, so it's August 2nd. This is Bold Month.
It is all kinds of months.
It's all kinds of months. Can you guys hear us okay online right now?
We were having a little glitch with stuff.
It was kind of pausing there for a second. Are we all okay? Just say, okay, Tim.
Yeah, we're good. Do you guys want to switch your camera so we can see you?
Oh, we didn't switch camera yet.
Oh, how about that?
Switch camera.
Switch camera. There we go. Now you can see us. Well, everybody in here can see us already, so there we go. We have one more video we want to play.
Yeah, this is from Mark King and Jason Abrams.
All right, let me get rid of this chat here real quick, and there we go.
Hello, Keller Williams, and welcome to the new month. I'm here with the amazing Jason Abrams. If you're new here, my name is Mark King. I'm the president of KWRI. Jason is the head of industry, and I think one of the brightest minds in our entire industry, here to talk to us about Mega Camp. When's Mega Camp?
Mega Camp is coming up at the end of August.
23rd and 24th.
You don't want to miss it. This is the event where we get together and we restate the things that are most important. Leads, listings, leverage, and wealth building. We then scour the entire world. Now that we're in 56 countries, I can say that.
Yep.
And we find the best stories and the best models and the best systems. And for 2 days, we stand on stage and we are going to give them all to you.
Look, the market's shifting. Now is the time to be there. You're interviewing 91 agents this week.
Just this week.
To see who the best stories are to put on stage, who's winning in a shifting market. If you're not signed up, please come to Austin with us.
Why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they be signed up?
They just might not know yet.
Okay, well now you know. So is that the only reason they wouldn't be?
Once you know, you can unknow.
So that's it?
Yep.
So there's no other reason?
Sign up, come to Austin. I'm going to be there. You going to be there?
I'm going to be there.
He's going to be there.
Gary Keller?
Gary Keller's going to be there.
Jay Papasan?
Jay Papasan's going to be there.
Jen Davis?
Jen Davis, Jen Lewis, Sajid Patel. The list goes on and on.
Matt Green.
Matt Green's going to be there.
We could keep going.
Everyone's going to be there.
Are you going to be there? That's the question.
We hope to see you soon. Have a great month.
Fantastic.
Very cool. So
those guys remind us of awesomeness. Like
Hello, Keller.
That's just this level. It's just this level. Okay.
Very cool.
All right, we're gonna pass the buckets.
Okay, you doing them or?
Oh, I'll do it. Yeah.
So if you are new, have your business card. This is like reverse offering. You'll find out why at the end of the meeting. And while I'm doing this, Tim's gonna look at our mission statement.
Yes, you guys, you might remember this. If you're new, you might have not heard this before. If you're an old timer, you might have forgotten it. And that is our mission statement. Keller Williams has a mission statement. If you don't know it, I would highly advise getting to know it so that you can use it for your clients, with your clients in a competitive situation. And that is to build careers worth having businesses worth owning, creating lives worth living through experiences worth giving, and creating legacies worth leaving. Isn't that awesome? Say yes. There we go. And while Mike is passing the buckets, I want you all to give the neighbor next to you a high five. Ready? Go give your neighbor a high five. Now give your neighbor on the other side a high five. Fantastic. You guys, we have something crazy called the MVVBP, and that's your mission, your vision, your values, beliefs, and perspective. And that's one thing that if you're really clear on that, it can guide you through your business, but also with your family and your lives and the way you spend your money and just the impacts you're going to make on the community around you. So that's our mission moment.
It is.
But we have somebody that wins it every week.
We try and focus on somebody who's done awesome stuff around our community.
This is our Ron Steffes Award. If you're new to us, Ron Steffes helped launch this Keller Williams office, and sadly he passed away not long ago. And so we created the Ron Steffes Award that we give away once a week. And last week's culture winner.
So you get to keep the traveling trophy, which comes back each week, but you get your replica to put on your desk
little army
as a reminder. So our goal is to have everybody with little Ron Steffeses everywhere as a reminder of everybody having the culture everywhere. And
so this week's culture winner is Gabby Verdugo.
Is she here? Now you're told, we're going to text her in a second, but here's what Evan said. Gabby is always available to lend a helping hand and will go out of her way to make sure you're comfortable with whatever you're dealing with. Gabby also is making a concerted effort to help an underserved Spanish-speaking community buy, sell, and invest in real estate, and that is very admirable. In fact, we have most of our cultural committee for equity up here. That is cool. So everybody, we're going to text Gabby and say congratulations. We got her phone number handy? I can't get to it quick enough.
Yes, it is. Ready? 915-440-6999. 6374. 915-440-6374.
Send her a text
That's Gabby's
saying.
worst nightmare.
Hold on, I'm finishing mine.
That's the joy of being great.
Ding, 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 ding.
So yeah, she's sitting somewhere and her phone is blowing up right
She's at a
now.
closing.
Is she really?
Closing.
Yes.
Very cool.
All right, perfect. We'll continue.
Cool.
Broker moment.
Jim and Don, do we have anything?
I saw Jim. There he is.
Right, they're just perfect. But I do have a contract class at 1:00 if you're wanting just a refresher, or if you're new, you need to be here, definitely if you're new. But if you want a refresher, come on in. It's different every week because I just change everything, make it up.
The contract's not different. What he focuses on is different.
That's true. And getting the real right now questions answered at broker training.
Exactly. Very
Okay,
cool.
so we have a special guest, Mike.
Yeah, it's like we have a bunch of new people coming in because they knew we had a guest coming in.
All right, so High School Musical, obviously.
Yeah, so
if you've
Lucas
ever seen it.
Grabeel has joined us. He is a Springfield guy. He's going to talk about that some. Most of you know him from High School Musical. Also, Halloween Town.
Yes.
Milk is another show he's had. Adventures of Food Boy, Smallville, Switched at Birth, Pinky Maliki. But then, on top of that, here's some other stuff he's done.
All right.
He is the founder of 1431 Productions, which is his own production company. He plays piano, guitar, and accordion. He dances jazz, ballet, hip hop, and tap. That should have been dances, not danced. He can still do it.
Yes. He's
And
danced.
an interesting fact I found on the internet, I hope this is true. He worked with Blockbuster Video before landing the High School Musical role of Ryan Evans. He's a Kickapoo graduate and a Springfield Little Theater alum. And so we've got him here in-house with us today. Lucas, would you come on up?
And got it, perfect.
And what you'll learn is I'm terrible at technology here.
Gabby's
All
text
right.
message got sent back, I guess it was everyone listening at the same time and just got overloaded.
There it is, there it is.
So Lucas, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. You guys.
So we got some questions we kind of talked about last night. So I just want to go through some basic stuff with you.
Sure.
A lot of our people are not from the Springfield area, so they may not realize you're a Springfield connection. Kind of what is your Springfield history, things you've done here, those kind of things.
Yeah, so I grew up in Springfield, and went to school in Rogersville. So I grew up like way out in the boonies, like 10 miles outside of Rogersville. So we didn't have any neighbors off dirt road, you know, the whole classic Missouri thing, which was amazing. Running around naked with the hose in the yard, you know, that kind of thing. But then I went to Kickapoo High School for my sophomore through senior year, graduated, and then I packed up the car and drove out to Los Angeles. Yeah.
And you drove out to Los Angeles?
Yeah, yesterday was my 19th anniversary in
Really?
LA. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Very cool.
yeah.
You said something about Rogersville. Did I read something you used to play drums at Harmony Baptist Church?
No.
Okay. That's why you don't trust the internet.
Was it Harmony? I played drums at 2 or 3 different churches.
Okay.
I've blocked all of that out. But yeah, I worked at Schweitzer. I was Barth Fraker. He was the choir director. I was his personal assistant for several years.
That is Barth Fraker from our board of realtors.
Oh, cool.
So,
Yeah.
in fact, he may have driven you out to.
Yes, when I was, before I made the actual official move to Los Angeles, before my senior year of high school, Barth and I went out to LA because I was trying to figure out, okay, I know this is what I want to do, but do I go to New York, Chicago, or LA? And I'd been to New York before, but never LA. So we flew out. He was having some conference out in Los Angeles. And I was just like, okay, I want to check it out, see if this is, you know, my vibe or whatever. And I was standing in line for a smoothie, and this old guy comes up to me and is like, "Hey, kid, well, how old are you?" And I'm like, 15. He's like, "Well, you look like you're 14." I was like, okay, that's creepy. Is that a good thing or? And he's like, "I've been in the movie industry for 35 years. I know what people are looking for. And you've got to look, kid. Have you ever thought about being an actor?" And I was like, "Well, that's why I'm here. I'm trying to see if this is where I want to be and make some connections." And he ended up being my manager for 10 years.
Really?
Yeah. So I told him, okay, I need to go back and finish high school. And then as soon as I graduated, I was like, okay, I'm gonna pack up the car and drive out to LA.
Okay, so living in Springfield, Rogers area is pretty comfortable. That's a major change.
Oh, yeah.
So what's your mindset as you're jumping into an unknown world?
Well, I couldn't wait. I was never really comfortable here. I always felt like I was the black swan or the ugly duckling of of my family, the oddball, the weirdo. And I just didn't, I don't know. I mean, growing up in the sticks was great, but all I could imagine, like my dreams were like playing stickball in an alley in New York City and like going to grab a Slurpee at 7-Eleven, you know, like things that I just couldn't do here. And I don't know where I got that from, because it was like a weird 1920s version of that. Like I had a newspaper cap.
I've seen West Side Story.
Yeah,
in
like,
my mind of it.
maybe Newsies and West Side
There we
Story
go.
mixed together of some sort. Yeah.
So how young did you have that goal or that vision?
Pretty young. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to be a performer. When I was really little, you know, I said I wanted to be an archaeologist, but I've quickly learned that I just wanted to be Indiana Jones. And once I learned what that really meant, it was like, oh, I can be all of these different things if I'm just a performer. And grew up singing and, you know, always being silly and didn't have any problems making a fool out of myself. And so once I got involved with Springfield Little Theater at a pretty young age, I think around 12, I just started performing and learning as much as I could. And by the time I was 18, I just, like I said, you know, I've heard people say like, oh, it must have been really brave for you to move to such a big city from such a small town. But I was 18. I was a dumb kid. I didn't know any better. So that was the easy move. And not having to apply for college. I mean, I looked at all sorts of different colleges and those things for me just wasn't right. I was ready to start my life. And so being, you know, having the blinders on, one goal, nothing is going to stop me kind of mindset, get in the car, get there. And every day was like, what can I do to get my career going today? And as long as I did something every day, then I felt like, okay, I'm doing something. And luckily, it happened so much faster for me than most people. I was incredibly lucky. I booked, well, my third day there, I got my agent, so I met my manager the year before. He got me an agent the first week. Within 3 weeks, I booked my first national commercial. It was my third audition.
Okay, so what was that?
It was for Cat in the Hat, that Mike Myers movie, Lay's Chips and Sierra Mist. And that was like a super last minute thing. I went in and I was in traffic on the way home from the audition when they called me and I booked it and I worked the next day.
Really?
Which was insane. I got that job before Blockbuster gave me the job there because I had to go in for 2 interviews for that.
So you booked a commercial. I know where Blockbuster is now.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said that you got up and you consistently had the goal in mind every day and you're driving. What were your things you were doing every day?
Well, making phone calls this was the worst part of the career. I mean, as an artist, especially moving to a town where you don't know anyone, other than my manager, you know, it was like, okay, can I find someone that knows someone who can get me an audition or get me to audit a class so that I can see what other people are working on. I did take a couple of acting classes and audition classes just to familiarize myself with the culture of how different it was from small town theater to Hollywood on camera auditioning, which is its own art form.
The audition.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they say the typical ratio is about 70 auditions to booking one job, and that's if you're good. So you get a lot of practice, but there's no one at the audition being like, hey kid, next time don't do that. Don't wear cologne look me in the eye,
Uh-huh.
hold your sides in your hand, you know, all these little things that are just like, you don't really know until someone tells you. So taking a class really helped. Basically, I just was wanting to be a sponge. I watched a lot of movies. That's why I worked at Blockbuster.
Uh-huh.
I was constantly envisioning, dreaming, thinking about where I wanted to be, what I wanted to have happen. And any opportunity that someone said, hey, will you perform this? Will you speak this? Will you take on the idea of playing this character? Cool. I said yes, you know. I didn't have a girlfriend. I didn't really have any, I couldn't really have any friends. I was 18 in Los Angeles where it's, you know, I wasn't going to school. I couldn't go to a bar. There wasn't really any opportunity other than Blockbuster to meet people. So yeah, it was really good in that fact because it kept me laser focused.
So I'm gonna hold off on you for a second. Are you hearing what he's saying?
Yes.
Same thing every day. Yeah. Make the calls. That is what, I hope that was the angle he'd go with this stuff, because this is what we're telling you all every day. Be a sponge, absorb what's available. So whatever your certain goal is, as long as your eyes are on it, it's the same process everywhere. It's being determined, it's going after your dream. So that, okay, back into it. Everything you're saying, I'm like, see, that's what we're telling you. Okay, so then the first big hit was High School Musical.
Right.
What's a fun story from that?
Well, I guess I will actually back up a second
Okay.
because with goals, it made me think, okay, so I get this job at Blockbuster, right? And this was after I had done 3 national commercials, each making me a pretty good chunk of change, but Los Angeles was very expensive and I was making $5.15 an hour at Blockbuster.
But you had free movies.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That part of the budget was taken away, so that's good. But you know, still, it was really expensive to live. I booked my first movie, which was a Disney movie called Halloween Town, and I'm like, all right, I just totally skipped the TV thing. I'm going right to the movies. This is great, even though it was a made-for-TV movie. It's Disney. You know, like things are gonna happen. Well, I do the movie. Everything's great. And then nothing else comes. And I'm in a valley, my first valley of my career. And I'm just like questioning everything, wondering, okay, is this it? Is anything ever going to happen? I had to go back to work at Blockbuster. The movie came up on the shelf. The kids came up to the
Oh my
front being
gosh.
like,
You look like the guy from Halloween Town.
that's me. Like, well, let this be your first lesson, kid. Every actor is rich and famous. Or maybe famous, but not rich. So it was a really great, everything that's happened in my career has been so teaching and so helpful in what's coming, because I learned early on that, well, it wasn't until after High School Musical that I learned that it doesn't really matter what level of success you get to. As an artist, there's always going to be another valley. There's always going to be the fluctuation of you know, your life. Sometimes you're hot, sometimes you're not. And there's a couple of things. Realizing your dream and your goal is one thing. And so many of my dreams came true. When I was a kid, I never really wanted to be famous or anything, but I did want to be a working actor. Well, when that comes true at 19 years old, what do you do next? And what, you know, I look back now in my late 30s and I'm like, well, what do I do now? Because dreams change and goals change, because I didn't know that all of that stuff was going to happen so quickly, you know, and the greatest part of it is knowing and loving the valleys and the lower parts, because, you know, if you can survive through the parts where things aren't going great, and you can learn to love the lower parts of your career, the better, not only is that going to make the better parts even better, but it's going to give you perspective and appreciation for, life as a whole. And instead of just being happy when things are good, that's, for me, I found that that's no way of a sustainable life. Like I can't only be in a good mood when things are going well. I have to love and cherish the moments that are hard, that are difficult, that are painful, because they're inevitable. Like there will always be those times that are really tough. And even Tom Cruise has those moments where he gets off of that couch after he was jumping on it in the 90s, and I'm sure he was like, idiot, what did I do? You know, like, it doesn't matter how
Those of you
rich,
who don't know, watch an Oprah video.
it doesn't matter how rich and famous you are. You're, especially as an artist, you're always going to be judged. You're always going to be looked at for what you did last, or the worst thing that you've done. And so to be able to cherish that and learn from those things and recognize your mistakes is really important.
So you've got to be comfortable and confident in yourself, even when not everything's clicking right.
Right, exactly. Because those are the learning moments. You don't learn anything when everything's going great. Like, yeah, I mean, I gained a lot of perspective. So High School Musical happens, my entire life just blows up. I've been to over 30 countries. I've been recognized in every single one of them, from a glacier in Iceland to, you know, a major city in South America, wherever. It's like, that is not something that I ever imagined would ever happen. Performing in front of almost 100,000 people in a stadium in Brazil, and I'm just standing on stage with a microphone and everyone just erupts. You know, these moments are just like insane. Going, you know, having military police escorts and security guards and all of that, which is crazy and amazing, but it's also scary. And like I said, it gives you a lot of perspective of like, well, not too many people get to live that kind of life. And even if it was just for a couple of years that I lived that life, I still use those moments and think about that and apply it to my life in when I'm getting coffee or whatever. It's like, I appreciate looking at life at every different angle from all different walks of life. And I think it allows me to connect with people of all different shapes and sizes in every different situation. So I'm extremely grateful and fortunate to have lived that.
You could not have scripted what you're saying better for us. Okay, so your production company, what is that? What are your projects?
Yeah, it was actually 14341. It's okay. It's no big deal. It's actually, I've had a couple of production companies. That was like my first one. Basically what I did when I started, you know, you learn quickly that there are people who are performers and there are people who are creators, and there are people who do both. And I definitely wanted to be both. I love creating, I love making things. And so whenever I was on set, just as an actor, it's a lot of waiting around. It's a lot of just, okay, stand here, wait for 3 hours, and then say that one line that you have, and then, go wait in your trailer. And it's just like a lot of downtime. And so I always made better friends with the crew than the cast, because actors are really weird, myself included. And so, I started saying, hey, let's shoot something on our day off or whatever. So we would write short films, music videos. That one music video that played was something that I made with my friends, just after you're working with all these people, and you're like, okay, basically it's like corporate is making us do this job, so we got to go over here and do something that's fun to let off steam and like really be artsy and creative. So we would like work 6 days a week on the movie, and then on Sunday we would shoot the short film and the music video. And so after a while I just was like, oh, let's make a production company out of it. And yeah, I just shot a short film earlier this year, a couple of them actually, And making things is just, I don't know, I heard early on that what makes you an artist is getting up every day and making something and doing, creating. And the accolades, the titles, the financial gains, the success does not determine your title. It's waking up every day and doing it. And as long as I wake up every day and I make something, whether that's a silly voice in my mirror when I'm depressed and I can't do anything else, or it's something as big as putting a whole team of people together and doing a short film or a feature film, or recording a song or writing a song or whatever, then I know I'm doing my job, and letting the rest of the things fall into place. Because, you know, when I was young and I was just like blinders on and just go, 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 there's some greatness to that, but you can also get lost in that. And I lost myself for sure. I didn't know who I was 18, but I'm learning now that like there's more to myself than my resume. And as long as I wake up every day and I'm doing what I love and I'm making something or entertaining someone, and that may be as simple as meeting someone on the street and telling them a joke or something, then that's me and I'm doing my job.
What's your favorite joy of being an actor entertainer? What thrills you?
You know, that changes from time to time. It depends on where I'm at, you know, in the peaks and valleys of the career. If I'm working a lot, then it's those moments when I've worked tirelessly on something and the moment's coming and, you know, it's a concert or it's a big scene of the day and I nail it, you know, like having that payoff after, you know, studying and rehearsing and working on something is why I do it. It's so much fun. If I'm in a valley or if I'm not working on something, you know, very much, then it's meeting people on the street and telling stories and hearing stories and connecting with people, because that's something that I didn't really realize was how that was going to be a part of the job when I was growing up. And that's what it's all about. I mean, being an entertainer, you want to share and make people feel something. And if I can do that on a one-on-one level, it's so much more impactful than someone watching a screen with me not being there. And I mean, that's important too. There are times when I need that, you know, when I'm feeling down and I put on a comedy at home and I don't have to, the person isn't there, that's way better. I don't want them to see me like that. So that's what's magical about my career and my job, is that I can do it both ways.
So what's next? Like, as you look at the next couple of years for Lucas?
You know, I feel like all of us, especially in real estate, have noticed a massive shift in the world. And it's happening everywhere. I mean, COVID changed everything. Our politics have changed everything. This country is going through a massive shift. So many of my friends and family are going through big changes all in different ways. Starting families, splitting families, relationships, all of those things. And it's happened with me as well. I've gone through a lot of weird, awkward times, like we all have in the last couple of years. Hasn't been easy. And honestly, I don't know what's next. I'm trying to surrender to the moment and waking up every day and saying, like I said, as long as I'm doing what makes me whole and happy, the rest will come into place. And it terrifies me, but at the same time, I love that, because life is an adventure, and successful people have always said that you never know how many careers you may have in your life. And I definitely will have to be a performer and a creator forever, because
But there's so many different avenues to that.
right. I during the pandemic, I did a lot of music. I wrote a lot of music and produced, and like I said, I just made a couple of short films, which I'm trying to make into a television series. I have a laundry list of projects that I want to develop, and a whole bunch of friends and colleagues that I want to develop them with, but you don't know what's next. You put a whole bunch of irons in the fire and you see, well, we'll just see what sticks, and hopefully being open enough, I'll hear the signal to what's going to be.
But you can do that because you've got confidence in yourself and what you've taught yourself or learned, what you've poured into yourself, so you can attack whatever's next.
Yeah, I mean, that's a battle every day to find that self-confidence. It really helps. I have an amazing chosen family out in Los Angeles. I have a great family here as well, but they're not as supportive because they just don't know what it takes and anything about the industry. But it's really important that I have a tribe, and that we all lean on each other, because at one time or another, there's at least one of us that's not,
You're looking out for each other.
Yeah. And so as long as I can have that and trust that, like, I keep saying, like, all right, one of you's got to become like a famous director already, so you can just like put me in movies and I don't have to audition anymore. I do a lot of voiceover work as well. That's kind of my bread and butter these days. So you had a couple of them listed up there. And so, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that I've been working on over the last couple of years that animation takes a long time to come out. So there's a bunch of new shows and movies that are going to come out in the next couple of years that I've been working on. But yeah, you never know.
Very cool. What's amazing, it sounds like he should be on stage at Mega Camp, because it's what we preach to our people about, have confidence in yourself and doing the systems.
Well, confidence takes time, and everything takes time. And the thing that, like, you could have talked to me yesterday and I would have been like, I'm not feeling it today. And I don't have that confidence. And so it's not something that you just get one day and then it stays and it's done. Nothing in life is that way. That I've found so far. I mean, I still have a lot of time left, but I've been lucky enough to live a lot of life in this small amount of time I've been here, and nothing is guaranteed or consistent or will stay forever. And so being adaptable, rolling with the punches, and being amenable to anything that comes your way is the great challenge of life. And not being okay with not always being okay, I think is the biggest lesson that I'm trying to teach myself right now. To love the hard, difficult moments, especially after all of the ones that we've had so recently.
Yeah.
It's just, there's been a lot of dark times, and to be able to hug those moments instead of try to push them away, I feel like is a learnable moment.
Very cool. Can I share a High School Musical moment from my life?
Of course, yeah.
So 2007, like one girl's middle school, one girl's elementary. And we're like, school's getting ready to start. We should do some kind of party. And they said, High School Musical 2's coming out. So we invited all their classmates, and almost all of them invited, small school. But they started showing up at our house, and they're all wearing their back to school clothes. I mean, this is like red carpet, and they're coming in, and I'm like 60 or 70 kids in my little house. And what does a single father feed them? Hundreds and hundreds of pizza rolls. But it gets to the end, and the final scene with all the triumphant stuff, and they're screaming and cheering and all this stuff everywhere. And it was like, holy cow, this is such a cool thing. So I've got a memory for life, thanks to the things you've done.
Oh,
And
thanks, man.
so everybody in here, in fact, you should have seen the post when I put Lucas Grabeel's coming. But you've had an impact in people, and that's a cool thing of your career, is they will have memories forever, stuff like that.
That's a sweet story.
So,
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I get, it's leaking.
No, I mean, it's crazy. That's something I never imagined to happen in my life or to experience, and yet not to diminish that story at all because it's beautiful, but I hear those kinds of stories all the time, and it's so easy for me to think of my career and job as a jester or as a clown sometimes because it feels that way at times. So meeting people face to face, hearing stories like that, that's what makes me feel like, okay, it wasn't such a bad idea that I didn't go into medicine or something that like made a difference, you know, so.
You do make a difference.
I really appreciate that, thank you.
So while you're in town, you do have a concert next week, right?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get that screen share up here. Oops.
Oh, yeah, I should have brought the poster in.
That's
but I
okay.
didn't. So, yeah, I grew up here doing
we
a
go.
lot of shows, at the Springfield Little Theater. And my trip was only supposed to be a week, but it got extended. So I decided, hey, let's do a show. So I'm gonna be singing some Disney songs, some Broadway show tunes, and a lot of original music that I've been working on that no one else has heard, as well with the band on the stage that started it all. So yeah, it's in a couple of weeks on Friday, the 12th.
And I think Nicole's gonna try and throw a link up if she can find it for Springfield Little Theater.
Yeah,
But you
the-
can just call the box office too.
Yeah, the springfieldlittletheater.org. I have a poster with a QR code. I can run in the car and grab it.
Okay.
And it's also streaming live. So
Really?
yeah, all of the tickets are on springfieldlittletheater.org. I'm doing a little meet and greet afterwards. If you want a signed poster or picture. And yeah, tickets are selling fast. So yeah, the front row is all taken up, which is really
Cool.
That was exciting. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun night. I'm gonna be telling stories and singing songs, and it's gonna be nice and laid back and lots of fun.
Well, thanks for sharing with us. Any last words you want to share with everybody?
No, I'm just having an opportunity to be here like this is just another pinchable moment, and coming back home is always a surreal experience. It always feels strange because I feel like I'm gonna just pop back into my 18-year-old self, but then people treat me totally different. Which is insane. So thank you so much for
No time naked with the hose in the yard.
So we've got a few official things we need to go through. Do you have enough time to hang out?
Sure, yeah,
Say hi
totally.
afterwards?
Yeah.
Let's give him a round of applause.
With your typical team meeting.
You know, just ain't no thing. But you know, man, how applicable was everything he
Oh
said
my
about
gosh.
what we tell you all the time? I mean, we could have just said everything.
Yeah,
that we
and
know, so.
it looks like Nicole's got the link up on there. Little Theater, the box office opens at noon, so you can call after that.
And to finish off with some applicable things for you this week, obviously don't call people that are on the do not call list.
So do not bring litigation.
And we
against
also
yourself.
have our vendors here.
Yes.
And we would love to recognize you really quick. I saw Patty Borowski on there.
Let's do a quick pop-up on that. I know, let's start with Adam because he had something quick to say.
Sure, yeah, so Adam McGrath, for the last 12 years, I've been known as Adam with Liberty Mutual Insurance. 7 years ago, we gained the ability to quote insurance with lots of different companies like Travelers, Progressive, all these companies. But our name hasn't accurately represented that. People have always boxed me into thinking we're just Liberty Mutual. So as of yesterday, we are now called the Comparian Insurance Agency, which is more of an accurate representation of what we actually do. So if I've helped any of your clients with their home insurance, I'm still their agent. If I've helped with your insurance, I'm still your agent. Same phone number, same team. We just changed our company name to more accurately represent what we do. We're an actual insurance agency.
Very cool. Jonathan Rodhouse.
Jonathan Rodhouse, 417 Reiki. We change locks for homes and businesses, and you don't even have to leave your office. Just get to school.
And Jess Bowman.
Hi guys, Jess Bowman, Bowman Insurance Group. We're an independent brokerage, and we just appreciate you guys. We're here as a resource for you. If there's anything we can do to help your business in return, let us know, like events or anything like that. We want to help you guys too. So we appreciate you.
Onward.
You look
I was
confused.
trying to find you.
Chelsea and Christine with Onward, transaction coordination, database management and marketing. Did you know a transaction coordinator can save you 12 to 15 hours of paperwork and such per transaction? So think about 12 to 15 extra hours of lead gen and what that could do for your business.
Oh, very nice.
Be more like doing everything that you need to do every day.
Exactly.
I love that.
And I see Penny Moraski says hi from online. Anybody else in here that we missed?
Sarah.
Oh, Sarah.
Thank you. Yes, Sarah with USA Mortgage. We just want to be here to partner with you guys and help you every step of the way that we can. So thank you so much for having us.
Is Shanna somewhere?
She stepped out.
Okay. So next week, we're gonna have her tell about what's going on with the coaching program. They're blowing it up. So anyway, we'll.
The
get that
numbers she
answered.
said in our team huddle this
Yep.
morning was very impressive.
Yep.
All right, so there we are. It is the new month. It's the second. Jim, you're teaching contracts today. Boom, 1 PM in here. And then we've got Bold, obviously, this Thursday, you guys. If you haven't signed up for First Step, still time, get there. We'd love to be there with you.
What if they don't know where to go?
Well, hey,
Let's show them.
Oh,
First off,
before that.
Hispanic Heritage Month is next month. We're gonna have a whole team meeting focused on all this info going on. But Maria, you wanna tell us something real quick? I just realized we've never switched the camera back.
So we, the equity committee, Gabby Verdugo is the chair for the equity committee, and Angelica, Liliana, and a bunch of other Hispanic, and Michelle have been a part of the preparation of the Hispanic Heritage Month party. It's gonna be September 16th from 5 to 9. We're gonna have multiple food trucks, music, a bunch of surprises for kids, some cultural folkloric dances as well. We're gonna have a bartender or someone serving drinks for the adults. And we would love to see you guys there. And a DJ, yes. And we are hoping to invite people from outside the brokerage as well, just to kind of showcase the different Hispanic and cultures and ethnicities that Springfield has to offer, and the different food trucks that we have here that some people are not aware of. As of right now, we have I Love Tacos and Tacos El Champú coming, and another one that we're still waiting on confirming. But we're gonna have a more in-depth presentation August 30th that you don't want to miss.
They've got a bunch of cool slides. This is gonna be huge and it's gonna be cool. So,
So don't miss it.
Yay.
alrighty.
All right, and then we've got obviously First Steps Thursday at the 425 Event Center.
We've never done this down there before. It's called 425 because it's at 425 Walnut. Keep that in mind, but here's the map. So the red thing is Walnut. It's 425 Walnut Event Center. That is the ideal parking spot right across from it. If that fills up, you may be able to use the one here, but the parking garage, which is free, is a block away. So 425 Walnut, most of us can park there, but if there's overflow, just realize that's there too. Bold First Steps, it's free. Take a step out, take a leap of faith on yourself.
Yep.
And there's no cost for the first one. Come into it. In fact, she's so fast. There's a link up there to sign up for it already.
Yeah, I mean,
Start 9 o'clock till 2:30.
Yep.
How many
With
have signed up?
With food.
We're at 78, was
I
that?
think it was over 80 for First Step.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
All
gonna be fun.
And
A quick plug, make sure that if you are attending First Steps that you do try to get there early so that we can get you signed in, and anyone who is signed up for the full Bold, so steps 2 through 7 as well. You will actually get your packet that day. So please try to arrive a little bit early since there's only gonna be a couple of us checking you in.
yeah, and it really does kick off. I mean, First Step, it really is how are you gonna get there? You know, take the first step. There you go.
Yeah.
And Mega Camp's obviously coming. You heard from our president and our, obviously Jason Abrams. And these are all the different things you're gonna get when you get there.
So how many people have been to Austin before? Quite a few. I haven't. I flew in and went to another meeting somewhere else, but this video.
You haven't
we've got-
been yet?
Never been there.
Dang,
COVID happened.
that's right.
Yeah. So this video,
That's right, it got canceled at the last minute.
yeah.
It is gonna be a blast, you guys. We're gonna have so much fun working with the best in the world in this event. So definitely see if you can make it there. And, oh, this is.
Yeah, you can play on this one, yeah.
Austin has a reputation for being unique and artsy. You can always catch a show at the famous Moody Theater, home of ACL Live.
If you're more of an outdoor person, start your morning on Lady Bird Lake with a sunrise, hike, bike, run, or row. Or how about taking in the nightlife on Rainy Street?
And no trip to Austin would be complete without experiencing the only thing that sells faster than houses, Barbecue, barbecue, barbecue. Ready to get your own taste of Austin along with 2 days of the best training, coaching, and culture in real estate? Then join me, Gary, and agents from all over the world at this year's Mega Agent Camp.
So good. I love how they got that all in there. That was
Yep.
good.
So there's
All
the
right.
calendar. Basically, it's 2 days and a half. It'll be worth it in your business.
No one I've ever taken there, or myself included, I've never missed a mega camp since I've been here for the last 9 years. So definitely worth it in time.
Quick, we'll run through these. The cornhole tournament's gonna fill up fast. If you've got a team, you need to get there quickly on it. Appraiser panel, we talked about that last week.
Yes, we did. Get there. That's gonna be valuable.
That's gonna be valuable.
And code of
Code of
ethics.
ethics, get licensed, make sure you have your ethics class done. RPR, a lot of you use that. I use CRS, but it has a new market trends thing. So check that out for things you can use with your clients.
I love it. Leadership Academy.
Yes, you gotta get into that. We need more of our people making decisions across the street. So get into Leadership Academy.
We need KW culture to be spread to our.
And when is that?
That is August 1st.
Gotta have them in by August 1st.
Yep.
Wait.
That was yesterday.
Never mind.
How is
These
that
came out,
possible?
these came out Sunday night.
Okay.
And go vote today.
Oh, that's right. This is today.
This
August
is
2nd.
voting day.
There we go. Save the date.
These 3 things are important. Women's part or the women's event and pink party is at Highland Springs this year. It's gonna be cool. So the pink party has normally been at Whiskey Tango. It's now a step up, but it's still gonna be fun and fancy.
Nicole said something. What was it?
Don't forget to complete your CE and renew your real estate license.
That's right. And
And the stats, they're about the same. You've seen these on Facebook already.
Mike's already posted these on the Facebook internal page, so make sure you see those. Big up there in the outside market area. And 1279,
Getting up there.
highest ever since I've been here the last 2 years. And so bam, it's definitely climbed up. We have some winners, and we'll do, next week, we're doing honors and awards. So honors and awards meaning you guys have done amazing work. You guys have worked hard. It's time to get recognized for that. I don't know about you guys, but I know most agents want the recognition for all their hard work. So definitely come find out who's done good stuff.
And the winner of this week's reverse offering is Haley Frazier.
Haley!
Yay!
I didn't use Starbucks.
They don't do coffee.
I know, it's true.
Lucas, once again, thank you for being here with us.
You know, I would say we maybe need like a real estate agent musical to go along. So, like, you know, everything you said was directly applicable to building a business, running a team, having a great culture. And so everything you said was just so in alignment with who we are. And we love that. So thank you.
So if the entertainment thing doesn't work out, come talk to us.
Yeah.
I forgot to use some buzzwords like open floor plan.
I like it.
Thanks once again for being here.
Appreciate
it. You can visit a little bit with people. Awesome. Thank you so much. We gotta stop recording.
Nathan really missed out.